Okay. Blast furnace is a cylindrical furnace made of steel. Okay, blast furnace is what? Cylindrical furnace made of steel whose insides are lined with refractory bricks. The broad portion in the middle of the furnace has inlets through which hot air is blown into the furnace. The upper portion of the furnace has an outlet for gases formed in the furnace during the reaction. The lower portion has two outlets, the first higher one for slag and the second one for the molten metal. Okay, so here the roasted ore is mixed with limestone and coke and fed into the blast furnace from the top and blast out. Hot air is blown from the bottom. The temperature brought out throughout the blast furnace does not remain the same so as the ore. Limestone and coke mixture mixed down, it has to pass through different compartment zones. The following reactions take place in the blast furnace. So by looking at the picture, I explained to you. Now if you take this picture, on top we have the two outlets. Outlets means two ways to send outside the gases. That means the arsenic gases, sulfur dioxide gases are sent out, and some more gases are will be sending out, we will see. And down we have the two inlets. So inlets means sending the gas inside, hot inside, and two more outlets. Outlets means this side slag is removed. Slag means the impurity, molten impurity, melting impurities are removed, and this side melted pure iron is removed through this outlet. Outlet means sending outside, inlet means sending inside. So afterwards, in this inside blast furnace, it is arranged by the refractory bricks. By the bricks it is made, this blast furnace. Okay, and then from the top, what are the things is poured in this? What are the things is poured means calcium carbonate, coke and roasted ore. So roasted ore means what? The ore that means in the presence of the oxygen, the gases are removed. After removing the gases in the presence of the oxygen, that ore is poured inside it. And also what are the things they poured inside? Calcium carbonate and coke. Calcium carbonate and coke, what is the use? They are the flux. Flux means purifying agent. So they also remove the unwanted gases and the impurities from the blast furnace. So many reactions will take place in the blast furnace. We will see now one by one. And this is one temperature, another temperature and different temperature. At the different temperatures, the metal is extracted from the ore and purified. Okay, now you see here, coke react with oxygen to form carbon dioxide gas. Coke means this is the one, flux, purifying agent. It reacts with the oxygen to form the carbon dioxide. Okay, this coke is poured into the blast furnace, this flux. Okay, so to separate the carbon dioxide gas, okay, unwanted gases. Since the excess of coke is added, excess means more coke is added, this will be adding with this carbon dioxide gas and remove in the form of a carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide means single oxygen, dioxide means two oxygens to form carbon monoxide. Coke also react with the insufficient oxygen to form carbon monoxide. So carbon also react with in the absence of oxygen only carbon dioxide is present. So in the carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide there means oxygen is absent. So this carbon is reacting with the carbon monoxide. Carbon is the coke. This process ensures that high temperature. So at the high temperature 400 to 900 degrees Celsius maintained within the furnace. In the absence of the oxygen means what? It is the calcination reaction. Okay. So this is the one. So which one? 400 to 900 degree Celsius. So here you see 400 to 900 degrees Celsius. What is happening first? The unwanted gases are removed in the form of a carbon dioxide gas and carbon monoxide gas. Okay, so this is the one. And again some more coke is added to the oxygen and it is removed in the carbon monoxide. Then afterwards, here oxides was react with the carbon monoxide gas to give iron and carbon dioxide. Now we see in the next. Okay, so here oxides was react with the carbon monoxide gas to give iron and carbon dioxide. This reaction is exothermic. Exothermic means removal of the heat. Heat is going outside and gases are going outside. Okay, so here oxide wars this carbon iron oxide which is in the blast furnace. This iron oxide is reacting with now carbon monoxide. This carbon monoxide is formed how? By sending the coke inside the blast furnace. This iron oxide react with the carbon monoxide. Now iron is separated and carbon dioxide is separated. This reaction is known as a exothermic reaction. And the next one, since this reaction maintains high temperature in the furnace, therefore the carbon dioxide gas is not allowed to escape and again sent to react with the coke. So small amount of hematite also reacts with the coke to give iron and carbon monoxide. After forming this carbon dioxide at the high temperature, it is not allowed to escape. At the high temperature, carbon monoxide is not sending outside. Again, it reacts with the iron oxide and again iron is separated and carbon monoxide is separated. Okay. Then again, at high temperature in the furnace, limestone dissociation into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Since this is an endothermic reaction, therefore limited quantities of limestone are added to the furnace because excess of limestone can reduce the heat and cause energy loss. Okay, endothermic reaction means what? Absorption of the heat. So they use the limited calcium oxide. Why they don't use the more calcium oxide? Because this calcium oxide, limestone, coke, carbon, all are the purifying agent, flux, to remove the impurities. Why they use means, why they don't use excess means more limestone. It can reduce the heat and it can causes the loss of energy. That is why. Thus, the calcium oxide formed during the reaction is used to remove impurities from the ore and is known as a flux. The flux react with the silica to form calcium silicate is known as a slag. Silica means sand. Okay, so this calcium. Okay, so this calcium carbonate, what is formed during the reaction, this calcium carbonate, this is one flux. It is in the presence of the heat, it is forming the calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide is released. This calcium oxide reacting with the silica. Silica means sand. And then if the triangle is there on the top of the equation means it is heating. So this impurity is removed by the calcium silicate is formed. Calcium silicate means what? It is called as a slag. Slag is the flux. Plus flux means what? Stony waste that is separated in extraction of waste. Okay, so flux means calcium oxide is the flux, which is used as a purifying agent. Now it is removed, sand is removed in the form of a calcium silicate, slag. Okay, and the next one is, since the furnace some temperature is kept between 1200 degrees Celsius to 1600 degrees Celsius, iron and calcium silicate remains in molten state.